Ladies and gentlemen, starting just a little bit early because you know why. We can. Today we're going to be going over the January song submissions for our monthly song contest. I don't even know if we can call this a song contest anymore. You guys are all competing on the same level now. So now it's just to the point where it's like, what do you do with that? So it's more like, honestly, just to listen together. We all critique, give constructive criticism, some feedback. Monthly feedback? I don't know. Anywho, we've got 12 song submissions today that I'm excited to hop into. But first and foremost, if this is your first time here, you've never been to this channel before, this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and help you create professional sounding music in a less than professional space. The motto around here is we can dream alone, we can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. And speaking of togetherness, let's give a huge shout out to our good friends over at the Pro Mix Academy, Warren Hewart, and those rockin' guys. Today's video is sponsored in part by the Pro Mix Academy. The Pro Mix Academy offers affordable courses from mentors, world-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the Pro Mix Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the Pro Mix Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. All right, so here are the song submissions that we got today. By the way, I just updated OBS, so if that came through like twice or doubled or sounded weird, please let me know so I can try to fix that. We do love our folks over at the PLAP community, though. Thank you so much, Warren Hewart, for your years of investment in all of us. And I believe what we're going to be listening to today, there was a drop in volume with the ad. Okay, that was on my end, I believe. What we're going to be listening to today is a direct byproduct, I believe, of everything that we've actually seen from Warren and from channels like mine and his, and obviously he's like on a whole new level. But we're doing our best around here to try to do our best. So I've already got a I've already got a comment that I'm having a bad hair day. In fact, I did just get out of the shower, but I'm actually wearing my Father's Day present. I'm a Fender guy, as if you couldn't tell from the wall behind me. And this is an awesome hat. So yes, every once in a while I got to rock the hat. All right, so let's check this out. Our first submission is coming in. I keep bouncing around here, guys. Sorry. Our first submission is coming in from, let's see, Lars Martin Bernard, I guess. Lars Martin Bernard. We'll call him LMB. How about that? And the title of this is called Film Score Demo. Let's check it out. Beautiful. Very cool. Very cool. If you were going for that film sound, definitely got the film sound going on there. There was just the right amount of movement, I believe, too, that lent it to actually giving it the vibe. Sometimes when individuals write music for like a specific genre, like say, for instance, like what you've done here with, like you set out and said, I'm going to make this is going to be for film. What they do is they tend to have a tendency to kind of like overdo it. Which, is easy to do, especially when you're shooting for that genre and you want to like really sell the point. But what I noted, while I was listening was that, you didn't like overshoot it. You kind of like just kept it in the pocket where it sounded good. It wasn't overdone. So great job. And you got the applaud of, our sort of, resident pro when it comes to, anything that has to do with like movie sounds or soundtracks or film scores. When our good friend in here, Mark George, gave you a nudge, and I think we have, if I'm not mistaken, I think we have another film scorer in here. Yeah, PAL is in here. So, and Disc Jedi is in here. Both of those individuals also do a really good job with creating some of those film score-ish type sounds. So great job, great work. Keep it up. I would have liked to have heard a little bit more low end, but other than that, I think it sounded great. Good job, man. So this next one is coming from Mick, and I'm struggling to read the screen because I'm getting old. But the title of this is Perfume. I can't really see what it says after that. Oh, Perfume Official. That would be my wife. So let's go ahead and give this a listen. And it looks like I may have to initiate the T-Rex on this one.
As the TV lights my darkened room, now I lay in bed with the memories of us playing in my head. And to think that the scent of your perfume is all I have left of you is the reason why I'm feeling so blue. Without you, goes on and on like a never-ending song, and the scent of your perfume lingered on and on, baby. Everything that I see just reminds me of what we used to be. Can't you see what your perfume does to me, baby? It's hard to lose when I know it's a game, even if I knew you never felt the same. Can't believe what you say, 'cause it's strange how a person could change this way. And to think that the scent of your perfume is on somebody new makes me feel like I'm really losing you. And it goes on and on like a never-ending song. The scent we were more than friends. Tell me, why did it have to end? And it goes on and on like a never-ending song. And the scent of your perfume lingers on and on, baby. Everything that I see just reminds me of what we used to be. And the scent of your perfume lingers on after you're gone, baby. After you're gone, baby. After you're gone, baby. After you're gone, baby. After you're gone, baby.
Very cool. I liked that. For my liking, the bass was a little bit heavy, but I feel like the bass being heavy kind of like was what the song was supposed to do. Like it was driving the song. So in that instance, if that's what you were going for, then yeah, you nailed it. If you wanted the extra instrumentation to come up around that to sort of envelop it, there could have been a little bit of EQ there. And I would have loved to have heard some of those background elements that kept kind of like fading in, fading out, coming in and going. And I would like to have heard them sort of like come up around the rest of the mix. Likewise, the microphone for the vocals, I should say it's not the microphone, but the way the vocals were EQ'd, if those vocals would have been EQ'd just a tad bit differently to make them more pop sounding, because you're going for that pop sound, I think it really could have made this a standout song. So great work though, man. Keep up the good work, because that's not easy to write that genre of music and to get it that catchy and to get you bobbing your head like we all just were. So you were bobbing your head. All right, let's check out this next song by 𝗧𝗵𝗂 called Shore. And it looks like a short one. Let's check it out. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave on the T-Rex 5 here. Ooh, it's pretty sounding already. That's kind of cool. I like that. Perfect alarm sound. Yeah, definitely. Dude, that was really cool. Like short, sweet, to the point. To me, it had this sort of like fish sound to it, which is odd because it had water in the ocean, waves, the shore. But I don't know, 𝗧𝗵𝗂, have you ever listened to any fish songs? Because that had a lot of like that fish feel to it. Very cool song. The brevity of it made it a perfect like something for a commercial or a podcast intro, or you need to pitch that to somebody, because that could definitely work. That was pretty cool. And it was definitely stepping outside the norm. You know, I'm always kind of challenging folks on here, like, hey, step outside of the norm, try something that you haven't tried, experiment with a different genre. Dude, you definitely did that, because that was way outside of the norm of what we're used to, but so cool. The next song definitely does not need the T-Rex 1, and this is by our good friend Michael Fitzgerald, also known as Old Bell, and this is called All Things Were Made Through Jesus, and that's the truth. They really were. So, without further ado, let me pull this up here. All Things Were Made by Jesus, and let's give her a listen.
Desert sky, all things were made through Jesus. The cold wind that blows on a November night, all things were made through Jesus. The moon as its light reflects on the page, all things were made through Jesus. The sun as it sets at the end of the day, all things were made through Jesus. Every knee will bend, every tongue confess Jesus is Lord. It will either be done joyfully or with trembling as you mourn. Wow. The oceans and rivers that border the land, all things were made through Jesus. Every blade of grass, every grain of sand, all things were made through Jesus. The fish in the sea, the birds in the air, all things were made through Jesus. Every living creature, every kind, everywhere, all things were made through Jesus. Every knee will bend, every tongue confess Jesus is Lord. It will either be done joyfully or with trembling as you mourn. In an unborn child, all things were made through Jesus. The face of a stranger that looks up and smiles, all things were made through Jesus. The arms of the Father, tender yet strong, all things were made through Jesus. The ears that you need to hear this song, all things were made through Jesus. Every knee will bend, every tongue confess Jesus is Lord. It will either be done joyfully or with trembling as you mourn. Every knee will bend, every tongue confess Jesus is Lord. It will either be done joyfully or with trembling as you mourn.
Very cool. Very cool. So I did hear that little bit of distortion that you're talking about, Mr. Hamlet. And I wonder if it wasn't on my end because I have these audio, these levels are all over the place today. It's crazy because every time I update OBS, this is what happens. Let me go back to that section. Loud noise, 3, 2, 1.
The arms of the Father, tender yet strong. All things were made through Jesus. The ears that you need to hear this song. All things were made through Jesus. And in the end, every knee will bend, every tongue confess Jesus is Lord.
Okay, so yeah, I think it was in the recording itself. It was just a little bit too hot to handle. And with those smoking, face melting guitar solos, I can see why. But dude, that was absolutely amazing. A little bit of work on that, and that's wow. Yeah, watch your levels. Make sure you're not clipping. And I understand if you were putting that much passion into that song, I guarantee you there was a lot of wind moving. So they were definitely a little bit on the hot end. But we live, we learn. You submit songs to channels like this so that you can get that feedback that you need. So thank you so much for doing that. Keep up the good work though, man, because that song was awesome. Loved it. Up next, we have Remember Me from our good friend PAL. This is going to be cool. Let's give her a listen. Already got me on the intro. Sounds very Rushish.
Turn around and I look at you.
Wow. Dude, the fact that you are just winging the lyrics to me is like mind blowing. There were so many layers going on in that, like aesthetically, it was a great little journey that you just took us on. I love the fact too, that every single one of your songs almost has like this spatiality and this airiness to it that is missing from a lot of even, professional mixes these days. It's that ability to almost get lost in the song itself. That's amazing. Keep up the good work. There's a few things that I may have changed about the vocals in that as far as the effects themselves, but I can't say much because it's subjective and it works. What you're doing sounds great. So I love the fact too that you're telling us that was recorded on an iPad. I mean, that just, everyone in this chat who's like struggling with making music, it just makes you go, huh, I have no excuses. So thanks for that. Crackly Software, Nearly Didn't, is up next. Let's give him a big shout out here. Ooh, here we go. Right out of the gate. That was cool. Man, great use of like scarcity there. Very sparsely populated for a good reason. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. You know, not much I can really say about that one. I liked every single bit of it. The dynamics were there. All of the different effects that led you from point A to point B were there. Just everything had a place, and it was in its proper place. That was great. Great production. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. So up next we have Turk Toer 𝗀𝗲 by DJP. 𝗀𝗲, Turk Toer. Okay, I hope I'm saying that right, but let's give this a listen. I'm going to go ahead and leave the one on. I've got it turned down at a lower volume to try to get consistency and volume amongst all of these. So if I have to turn it off, I will, but here we go.
Turn
wow. So there was a lot going on in that song and a lot at the same time. When you were saying it was a battle for the mid-range, man, you were not kidding. Wow. But you handled it like a champ, because that was still pretty separated. There was still quite a bit of separation in the instrumentation based off of what you had to work with. So kudos to you on that. That was not easy at all. I do think it was a little repetitive. A break in there, or some kind of like a different instrument altogether coming in and just making it all crazy, or adding in a delay pedal or some kind of like a funky reverb or something like that, I feel like would have just set that over the edge there. Great work though. Keep up the good work. It sounded great. That it sounded like a chase scene from some kind of a movie or something, or like a video game where you're trying to chase down some robbers, or someone's just kidnapped somebody and you're trying to get them back. I don't know. That's kind of vibes I was getting. Speaking of vibes, up next, we got Bob Consley with Escape to Paradise. Let's give this bad boy a listen. Ooh. Vibes. Gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, those acoustic guitars sounded really good. Great recording on those. That's given the fact that if they were actually real or not, and I do assume that they were real. Bob has submitted songs before with really good recorded guitars. So great work on that. And yes, definitely, I feel like I was waiting for like some kind of Espanol to go on there. Just a drop of water in an 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. Yeah, definitely. One more time here. Let's throw in some Espanol. Gracias, Jesus, por esta comida. Okay, I'm not going to embarrass myself. Up next, we got Hard On Fishing singing Crossing the Line. Ironically, I believe this is sort of a play on words, because his channel name is Hard on Fishing, and he's crossing the line. That's one thing you don't want to do when you're fishing, is cross somebody's line. Let me tell you. Good night. Great guitar tone on that last track. Everyone is saying great guitar tone. Definitely. Definitely. All right, let's hear it for Hard on Fishing. Ooh, wow. Turning on T-Rex.
It's been going down for a long time. Down, feels like it's never coming back. Feels like I'm gonna drown. Time just keeps passing by. It's going round, round, round. I believe it's time to fly. And I'll spend my days and my nights hoping to find my peace of mind. I'm crossing the line. I'm starting all over again. Crossing the line. It's never too late to begin. Crossing the line. It's the start of a brand new day. Crossing the line. And nothing will stand in my way. I've been hanging around for too long now. For too long. Feels like I'm losing ground. I believe my chances come. I can see my path is clear. I finally broken the chains that's been holding me here. And up on the hill is where I'll be, hoping to find serenity. I'm crossing the line. I'm starting all over again. Crossing the line. It's never too late to begin. Crossing the line. It's the start of a brand new day. Crossing the line. And nothing will stand in my way.
Ooh, wow. That guitar tone, bro. Wow.
I'm crossing the line. I'm starting all over again. Crossing the line. It's never too late to begin. Crossing the line. It's the start of a brand new day. Crossing the line. And nothing will stand in my way.
Wow. And here you were worried about submitting your song because of all the other songs that were going on. Like, there's so much talent going on in this chat. in this group, in this song contest thingy that we're doing. Man alive. Like, that was amazing, dude. Seriously. Guitars were like spot on. Yeah, here comes Connor Cronin. He says, guitar solo sounds amazing. What a good point to join in. I know, right? Dude, like many have said, and I can say this without equivocation myself, the high end on the drums needed tamed just a hair. And actually, from what it sounded like, the easiest way that I would have fixed that is to throw a tape emulator on the overheads, and that would have probably been just enough to still leave them crisp and high like you were wanting, but to roll off that sizzle. But great work, man. Great work. Okay, so up next we have Ian Van. I'm going to mess that up because I can't hardly read it. Let's see here. Eagle Project Music 77. How about that? Ian Van Zyl. How many of you? I believe is the name of this next one. Ian Van Zyl. Thank you, DJ, for putting that up on the screen for me, because I was struggling there. Let's give this a listen here. I'm going to take the T-Rex one off because this looks like it's pretty hot. So here we go.
As I laid eyes on you, my world went up in
Very cool. Very cool. Man, definitely had that 80s retro sound to it for sure. Wow. People are still going on about that guitar work that was happening back there and crossing the line. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So this next song is called, not really much I can say about that song. I mean, it checked all the boxes for me when it came to 80s. So this next one is by our good friends, Smith Eugene Music, or Eugene Smith Music, I should say. And this is Ross Gilchrist and Eugene Smith together. The song title is Hello Angel. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the T-Rex one because it looks like it's a little quieter than the rest. Let's give her a listen.
Hello, angel, I'm just calling. Haven't talked with you in a while. I've been a stranger on a dark, dark road. Hello, angel, please tell me you're home. I've done some things that I'm not proud of, oh yeah. Done some things I knew were wrong. Come to you 'cause I'm broken. Hello, angel, please tell me you're home. Hello, angel, it's good to talk to you. I've been living my life trying to run away. Hello, angel, it's good to talk to you. Oh, angel, please don't fade away. Oh, my angel, please don't fade away. You've been here all the time.
Cool little transition there.
But I just close my mind. My eyes were shut so tight, I couldn't see your light. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder what my life would be without you. It's not like everything's been easy, but with you by my side I'll get through.
I like it.
Hello, angel, it's good to talk to you. I've been living my life trying to run away. Hello, angel, it's good to talk to you. Oh, angel, please don't fade away. Oh, my angel, tell me you're here to stay. Hello, angel, I'm just calling.
Wow. That was really cool, man. It's crazy too to think like we've got all these different genres represented here today. That one was definitely more of a folky sound, but we've had everything from like EDM to rock to pop to, like grungy stuff all the way into like this, just laid back folky. We even had some 𝗏𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 goodness up here that was just short, sweet, to the point. Very well done though. Very well done. Loved it. All right. So up next, oops, I didn't clear these out. I was getting so into the song, I forgot to clear these out. Sorry. Up next, we have Mark George with Break. I think it says Break the Night. Bless the Night. Let me go in here. Hold on. Bless the Night. All right. So our good friend Mark George is going to be tickling our ears with some tantalizing tunes. Let's give it a listen. Ooh. Right off the bat. Cool coming up. I can feel it. This section right here. Just wait for it. Something's getting ready to happen. Oh, this is so vibey. wow, absolutely amazing as usual. Shouldn't have expected anything less. Apparently a minute ago when I did this thing here, I happened to have lost my mouse pointer. So sorry about that. And I don't know how to get it back. So now that that's gone, so normally we will go through here and we'll pick a winner. And normally that happens because there's so many great submissions. It's hard for me to, it's just, wow. I do need to make a public service announcement, however. Okay, public service announcement. This public service announcement brought to you by Robert McClellan. And that is that if you submit a song, and it happens to all of us, I've done it before myself on mixing contests and whatnot. If you submit a song, and how do I get that off there? I can't get it off there because I can't see what I'm clicking on. Let me try to go back here. And there, it's back. I don't know how it's back, but it's back. Okay, so if you submit a song and you're thinking to yourself, man, I really didn't like that mix. I wish I could go back and resubmit another mix. Instead of just dropping 2 files in there, because that's very hard for our non-paid volunteer help, DJ Big Red 81, who actually has access to that file, it's hard for him to differentiate which one is the newest unless he goes by date and time. And so what you can do is reach out to him on the Discord channel and say, hey, I just submitted a mix. I forgot to unmute the vocals, whatever it might be. And let him know, like, I would like to have this one to replace the previous one, and then he can fix that in there. I want that to be held to a minimum, though, because a lot of this, too, is helping you to get used to submitting the mix that you need to submit and learning the skills that it takes to submit that mix, the right one. Now, like I said, there's times when it's going to happen, and I totally understand that, but let's keep this to a minimum of, 2 submissions. So if you submit one and you're like, oh no, I forgot this, then at the most resubmit one more mix. Anything past that, we're going to default to your second. So just going forward. But yeah, great job, everybody. And I'm stalling because it's taken a lot of time for me to really think about this, but I'm just going to have to go out on a limb and say hard on fishing, crossing the line. I mean, not simply just because of the guitar work, which was absolutely amazing, but also because of the instrumentation and everything that went into it. So that's going to be my winner for today. What was your winner? Type that in the chat. Let me know which one really stood out to you. Was it, well, there's 12 songs, so good luck trying to remember all of those. But yeah, great work on that. That song just had a lot of stuff going on in it that was worthy of the winner's slot. So kudos to you, man. That was, yeah, great song. So before we move on, I do want to make mention of the fact that if you did not know that there is a like button on this channel, and I've already received word from Intel that there are 17 watching and only 16 likes. So somebody that's in this watching tribe has not smashed that like button. And from what I hear from doctors online, mainly Google themselves, that if you are watching and you hit the like button on this video, your life expectancy is at least 2 seconds longer. So think about that for a minute. Doctors all over the world have told me this. I don't know their names right now. I can get them for you. And I don't even know what website I was on that said that, but I'm pretty sure it was reputable because I found it online. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today. And I appreciate everything that you guys do for the channel. And we got one more thing that we need to do before we cut out of here tonight, and that is spin the wheel of awesomeness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 𝗧cie 𝗁𝗵𝗀 bringing you the wheel of awesomeness. Isn't it crazy how I can just take the mic so quickly from Robert, who's pretty much just asleep at the wheel? Let's spin it. And the wheel landed on a little known fact. All right, what's a little known fact about Robert that you probably don't care about? Okay, so little known fact today about Robert is that I met my wife in a bank. And no, I wasn't trying to rob the bank, but that's where I met my wife, was in a bank. I actually went to open up a bank account, and so here's what happened. I went to open up a bank account. I walked back out to the car. Me and my mother were actually going fishing that day, and as soon as I sat down in the seat, I looked at my mom. I said, there is the most beautiful Pentecostal girl working in there. And she goes, well, go in there and get her number. And I said, absolutely not. No way. I was thinking to myself, that's way out of my league. So months had passed, and my aunt kept, Riverbank, that's funny. My aunt kept bothering me about this girl that goes to our church. She was like, hey, there's this girl that goes to my church. You need to meet her. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. It's weird. And so this was around Thanksgiving, like 3 months prior. I tried to open up this bank account, and she says, will you at least look at a picture of her? And I was like, fine. So she pulls up a picture of her on the computer there. And guess what? It was the girl at the bank. Yeah. So I said, wow, that's interesting. And she said, oh, you know her? I said, well, actually, I opened up a bank account and I met her before. So I took her email address that day and I began to email her. So little known fact about me is I met my wife in a bank, and the rest is history. We've been together going on 17 years now. Actually, this year will be 18. We're working on our 18th year. Sorry. Man, it's, I don't know. It's crazy to think that all of those years ago, we had so many individuals that was telling us that it would never work. We were too young. So many things were said, but you know what? Here we are, and I'm glad that we are. So yeah, exactly. Like it was taken straight from a movie. Yeah. Well, did she check you out? Got it. I see. Crazy guys. Well, thank you all so much. She is the love of my life. I love her very much. And hopefully she's within earshot of me saying this so I can score a few extra brownie points, you know. Brownie points. Actually, I think she's in the shower. She's not hearing any of this. But anywho, thank you all so much for hopping on the channel today, for hanging out with me. I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate you all. And remember that we can dream alone. We can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. And one more thing before we hop off of here, I want to give a huge shout out to DJ Big Red 81, who works behind the scenes tirelessly. A lot of times making sure that you guys have the links to videos that I've posted, making sure that you have the links to the live streams, making sure that I have the songs from the live streams, that they're all laid out so nicely right here. It just makes my job so much easier. And I want to give a big shout out to him because, you know, he's just an awesome feller. So thank you so much. And also thank you, DJ, for keeping your thumb on my back and saying, hurry up and get that song finished. It may never happen at this point in time. But I'm trying. So, all right. Well, I love each and every one of you. Until the next time, keep it real and God bless.